The government will ban access to social media for all children under the age of 16.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Suddenly, you're going to have a lot more time to fill. And what will you do? Stare at a wall.
Here's what we know so far. The government say the ban will cover Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. But a full list of banned platforms hasn't been released yet. At the moment, messaging platforms like WhatsApp and Signal will still be available under the ban. Children watching or engaging with live streams on social or gaming platforms will also be prevented. The government say there would also be a block so that strangers can't communicate with under 16s. Currently, social media sites require children to be 13 years old to use their services. And it's not just social media platforms that will be affected by the ban. AI chatbots will also be restricted. Romantic companions designed to roleplay with users will only be available for over 18s. The Prime Minister says it'll take effect by early 2027. But how can this be enforced? The regulator Ofcom has been asked to carry out a rapid study to identify the best ways to verify if someone is over 16. And what do you think of the ban?
Good and bad. Alright, because you can talk with your friends online and you can view online communities. For example, things like TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat can be harmful, especially because you don't know who's behind the screen. I think social media is good because it lets people connect with each other. Instead of actually banning it, we can come to an agreement to set a curfew for people depending on their age.
They'll look at different options, such as putting a curfew in place overnight, or maybe a similar ban to Australia. Now these news rounders are getting a chance to share their views on social media. Kanishka Narayan is the Online Safety Minister. It's his department of the government that will be looking after this consultation.
Kanishka, thank you so much for joining us here on News Round. These wonderful children have got lots of questions for you. But first off, I just want to get an idea of what you guys think of the ban. So put your hands up if you are for the ban. Okay, got one there. And against the ban? And he's not sure. Okay, excellent. Right, well, let's get to it. Finn, do you want to start us off?
How will we be involved in this consultation and will you listen to our voice?
Really important question. One of the big priorities I have as the Minister in charge of online safety is to make sure young people's voice is at the heart of the decision we're making. That's why I'm here, talking to all of you and taking all your tough questions. When we launch the consultation in a few weeks, we're going to have a part of it that is specifically for young people. So you can go online, you can engage with it, we'll make sure that we spread the word and find easy ways for you to feed into it as well.
My question is, if social media does get banned, how do you think this will benefit under 16s?
If a ban happens for under 16s, the positive impact that people who are supporting a ban suggest is that young people in particular would perhaps spend less time on their phones, and if we provide them the right opportunities, would spend more time in their communities, engaging with friends, engaging in physical activity. There are also some challenges with it. If you want to contact your family, that might be trickier on some platforms. If you want to learn certain things that are available on social media, that might be trickier. So we have to weigh these things up properly and make the right decision.
Valentina, what about the children who only have online friends? What will happen to them after the ban?
I know that people have different experiences. Some people have lots of friends near where they live. Other people, especially where I grew up in Wales, there are lots of people who live in more isolated communities, might not have friends in their community, but have them online. And so what we're doing is we're consulting on a range of options. Yes, a social media ban for under 16s is one of them, and in that case, if that happens, then we'll have to make sure we're looking carefully at other ways in which people can stay in touch with friends that are close to them. But at the same time, we're looking at other ways of doing it, precisely to support some of the opportunities of social media and online experiences. So for example, should we look at screen limit, time limits in terms of screen time as well? Should we look at curfews at certain times of the day? Lots of different options.
Because you were talking a little bit, weren't you, Valentina, about your family as well. I have family in Colombia. If the ban goes forward, then it's really going to affect me and my family.
Well, I'm going to make sure I take that into account, Valentina, when we're thinking about designing this. There are lots of arguments on all sides, but these sorts of insights of how people actually use social media are really important.
So in future generations, how will 16-year-olds with no experience of social media, how would they be able to feel safe and will they be safe?
Yes, there are some concerns about making sure that when we have whatever the regulations are, that young people get to tell between good quality information and bad quality information. That's a really essential skill. So we have to look at ways in which we develop them. I think some of that can sit alongside making sure that the online experience is safe for young people as well.